What you just saw there was a picture of Robert Downey Jr. in his younger days in a movie called Less Than Zero, where he was hooked on drugs, basically, as his friends and them gathered for a reunion to try to come back together, but his life had got off track. And the reason why I want to show you that is because I was talking to my daughter. She's a senior. Here's some pictures of her, daddy's girl. She wants to go into the medical field, so she's a bright young girl. I'm proud of her. She's doing well. She just got Student of the Month. And I was telling her, once graduation happens, a lot of these people, you're no longer going to see them anymore. I told her that, there's people that I've graduated with, I haven't seen them since. Many move out of the state. Many people go their separate ways. And then I told her there's going to be people where you thought that they were going to be successful or they looked successful at the time, and they're going to take some wrong turns and wrong directions in life. A whole lot of people. And you're going to say, what happened to them? What the heck happened? Just like Julian in this movie, Robert Downey Jr., Julian, somehow he got caught up in the drugs. It's a very sad movie. Caught up to where his friends were doing well, but somehow he got caught up. And in the end, when they tried to save him, it was too late. He died in the back of the vehicle. And that is the dangers where I was telling my daughter, like, making right choices in life and which direction are you going to go, and people go in different directions, which made me think about a lot of these false teachers and prophets and all of these people. I wonder, what was their lives like years ago when some of them were younger, like Kerr. Like, take a listen to this. Listen to her talking with Steve Schultz about angels. He said, what do you look up? And she's looking up at something. And just take a listen.
What'd you look up? You looked up at something just now. You looked up.
Oh, there's all kinds of things in this room to look at if I was going to get distracted.
Yeah.
The
Anyway.
angels are high-fiving each other, Steve. That's what they're doing.
Awesome. I love that. I mean, they have a lot more sense of humor than we realize, don't they?
Oh, they do have a sense of humor. Trust me.
Yeah.
They have to have a sense of humor.
I mean, there's some serious ones, I think you said before, but there's also some hilarious ones, and that's their gift. Their angelic gift is they're funny and they're humorous. And
there are some that are very funny, and God always sends them with one who is not. He does it on purpose. He explained to me the two scribe angels were assigned to me. They're still here because I haven't written book 3 yet. They'll be with me until I'm done with book 3. And one is very serious, and he likes sending the fire of God places to do things to wicked people, and he would rather talk about that kind of stuff himself. But the other one is hilarious, and I won't tell you the names, but one actually means Holy One, and the other one is funny. It means humorous. And he kind of bugs the other one. And the Father said, "This is why I do it." He said, "There's no other way really to have them rub against each other, like a husband and wife does. We help each other kind of die. We learn to die for the other one."
Yeah, I don't think of angels as needing to learn that or learn to die.
Yeah.
But you're saying they need to learn too, huh?
So the Father will find total opposites, personalities, and send them on assignment. He'll let them know, I'm watching you.
That God's
I'm not kidding about angels. It makes them seem more real. But every angelic being, whether a member of the host, under Gabriel or under Michael, they have personalities. They have favorite things they like. Yeah. They like to wear. They like to see. They like to eat. I do know they eat manna, but they eat more than manna in heaven, people. And people always ask me, I went, yes, you will get to meet your angel and know them in heaven, and they won't belong to you, and they won't serve you like a butler. So I've had that question asked too. No, they're free from having to take care of you all the time. but you will get to see them. And I'm always amazed at, they have their own places they live in heaven. They do have angel games, which is probably where the Olympics came from, I'm quite sure.
You see what I'm talking about? This crazy talk about the angels and stuff in her room. I'm sure there's some stuff in there, all right, and it ain't of God that's in there and stuff. But listen to Robin, your buddy Robin Bullock's out here. Listen to him.
I said, he was talking about me being in fight mode so much. And I said, well, I really asked the Lord. I said, you know, Lord, when all this war is over and everything's finished, I said, what do I do? I said, what am I going to do? I said, I only know how to do one thing, and that's fine.
Well, you and I are both dear friends with Kat, and she talks about, well, we're in heaven, we're going to do what your gift is, but you're so identified with the gift that's in you of being a prophet and being a fighting prophet that you have to decide, could I be happy doing anything else? Because you like to live on that adrenaline edge, don't you?
Well, I don't know if I like to live on it. That's what I know how to do, or that's what I'm always pointed toward. But then the Lord showed me in the future what I would do.
Oh, really?
I saw myself in heaven and what I would do. And so I was very satisfied. So
and now is that people are going to say, tell us, Robin.
No, I can't right now.
Can't? Oh, okay.
I can't right now, but maybe soon I can. But it was very
awesome.
satisfying to me. You know, might be a whole good program to talk about stuff like that.
I would love that. The viewers would love that. Yeah, okay, let's not forget that. Julie, write that down because we'll forget.
You see, where he talks about a prophet of some sort, and as if he's just so called to do this. And then listen to, remember Kent Christmas? Remember him?
The problem with so many Christians is they don't understand prophecy. I have people email and say, you are a false prophet because you prophesied that Donald Trump would be voted back in. I did, and he was. Now, if you really want to deal with this, how about the fact that you stole it from them and you put somebody else in there illegally? But in the eyes of God in the court of heaven today, the President of the United States is Donald J. Trump. That's all I prophesied. That's what God said.
This guy's pastoring and going around and thinking he's a prophet. What are these people? Where were they when you go from childhood and wonder, where did it go wrong? The big talk was the Jeffrey Dahmer series there that's on Netflix, of that when it hit on there, and that story of his life, it was excellent. The kid, played the heck out of that, him and Niecy Nash. If you haven't had a chance to see it, if you like things like that, but I have in my counseling training and understanding the childhood stuff and all of that little bit of stuff that goes on. And it's interesting to see where people go off to the left sometimes. Now, some people want to blame everything on the demonic, and everything's not on the demonic. There's a whole lot of people on YouTube, and some of you might see them. Everything's demonic. No, it's not. Some people are just evil. That's just it. They're just evil. And unfortunately, we call it in a way where it's like some of us have this particular, I don't want to say gene, but let's just say some people have the propensity to go over the edge, where some of us like to speed and do high risk type stuff and parachuting and all of that stuff. That's that edge being spun in a positive way. But when you get into nature versus nurture and all of that type of stuff in that environment, and depending on how that child is raised, they can go in a whole different direction. If it can be reined in. They can go in a different direction, though, based on bad parenting and child and experiences sometimes. Not everybody, but sometimes it does play a role. And some of these people that we've been talking about, some of these people, something's wrong with them. Something is seriously wrong with a lot of these people. And I wonder, where were they? Where did it go wrong? What happened to them to set up and want to say, I'm a prophet. God told me. God showed me. Yeah, I'm hearing from God every single day. Man, I'm telling you, most of you know, most of you seasoned believers out there, everyone know, God don't speak every single day like that. Sometimes God wants us to be quiet. He says, be still and know that I'm God. Sometimes he just wants us to be still. And we have to go through a fire a lot of times to be purged and go through some things. And he sits there silently sometimes. But there's people out here that every single day, 3, 4, 5 times a week, they've got some message from the Lord. They somehow are hearing about 2023 already. They're somehow hearing about the election stuff already. They're already, and here's the thing, these people claim they heard about 2020 election stuff. They claimed about 2016. They claimed they're making all these claims, and they've been wrong. And they'll continue to come up there and act like nothing happened, make videos like nothing happened, and no one questions them on this stuff. You see, these folks, they're sick. They're spiritually sick. There's something going on for somebody to sit there and want to lie on the Lord. What happened when they graduated from school? Just like in the movie Less Than Zero, and went on to the next phase of life. What happened for them to graduate into falsehoods? What happened for them to graduate into wanting to be a liar? What happened? Something's wrong. Something's wrong, people. And it's really a sad situation, just like the movie. These people are sick, spiritually sick. And they want other people to be sick with them, because the people that follow them, they're sick. If you think that these people are real prophets and you want to stand up for these folks, and someone like a Kerr talking crazy, talking recently in another video where she talked about the money and the prosperity preaching basically, and talking about she'd seen someone's mansion as big as New York. And all of this crazy stuff. Talking crazy. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that we're dealing with. These types of people that are way out there and taking scriptures and twisting them. Then you're dealing with these so-called patriots of America and saviors of the world that they're going to go through with an iron fist and go right through with the American flag through every part of every nation throughout the world and bash anybody in that don't subscribe to what they believe. Well, you know what? None of that is of God. We know that God doesn't operate like that. We know that Jesus is love. We know that God is not an author of confusion. And we're going to call these people out. We're going to keep them in the spotlight. We'll keep talking about them, shining the light on them, talking about issues the church run away from, expose Satan and his devices, punch him right in between the chops. My name is Maurice Braxton. Evangelism for God is a channel. If you're new, consider subscribing, hit like, coming along for the journey, because we got to keep marching forward. We've got to. There's too many spiritually sick people out here. It's a sad situation. And some people really need to be broke free from this clutches of the enemy. And we'll continue to do that. Try to do our part. Stand with me, and we'll continue to pray. Until the next video, my friends, take care. God bless.